welcome to another Maurice Makes video. First off, I'd like to say Happy New Year, or Susnage Namtame. And to celebrate, I'm going to make the quintessential New Year food, beef sticks, or sachagat. But as you know from watching my other tutorials and watching and following me, I don't make ordinary Khmer food. I always put a twist on it. So in this episode, I'm going to make beef sticks with a grung dry rub and sriracha flakes. And as usual, bon appetit. So the first thing I'm making is these sriracha flakes. I spread some sriracha on some parchment paper, very thin, and put it in the oven at 200 degrees for about an hour. And afterwards, it came out all crispy and a little bit smoky like this. So you just take it out, put it into a bag, and crush it up, and then you have some flakes. And while that's in the oven, you can make the grung. And here I have some garlic, shallots, lemongrass, kaffir leaves, turmeric, galangal, some rhizome powder, rahok fish sauce, and a pinch of salt. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the sriracha. After I pulse all this up and add all the ingredients together, it's going to be spread out on a baking sheet. And here I have some a silicone mat. And I spread out the paste also into a thin layer, and then I pop it into the oven at 200 degrees for about an hour and a half, depending on how thin you spread it out. So here it's already all dried. You just peel it off and pop it into a bag to crush it up and grind it into a fine powder. Or even better, if you have a coffee grinder, you can use that to grind it up into a very fine powder. And for this application, I'm going to add some coconut sugar into the grung powder. And that's just to sweeten it up a bit and to balance out the flavors. When it's concentrated like that, it's a little bit salty because you took out the moisture and the water. And you just crushed it a little more. And added the coconut sugar here and mixed it up, gave it a taste, and the next step here is I'm going to slice up some very thin steaks of chuck. And I bought it thin just so I didn't have to slice it up myself, and it made my work a little bit easier. And here I'm skewering it onto the skewers. And threading it on there, make sure it's evenly spaced and not bunched up so that it'll cook evenly. Now that it's ready to go, I put on the dry rub. And I forgot to mention that I mixed in the sriracha flakes in with the dry rub as well. And so now it's time to put the rub onto the skewers, and you can apply it liberally here. Put a nice thick coating on there, and then after that just want to let it marinate for a couple hours in the refrigerator. Then afterwards you can grill it, which is the preferable and traditional method of cooking these beef sticks. And the rub gives it a nice crust. And here I served it with grung on the rice and sriracha on the pickled vegetables.